Whenever you're ready.
Yep.
You want to do it?
Yes, go ahead. Kitty got a new toy. Yes, she figured it out. Oh my gosh, I love that.
That is so awesome.
That was fun.
Wow.
Creative Kitty.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. It just makes me, I don't know, smile and feel like big time stuff. Remember on Saturday Night Live when he kept saying that? I drive a, well, okay, I'm digressing here. All right. Hello, everybody. Intuition of the Soul Tribe. I'm Amy J, and I'm here with the lovely Kitty Foss and Psychic Sue. And they are here to help support me and help promote my class and just ask questions and interject whenever they feel like it. But I know I came on and I kind of said, I'm having class, and then I popped off and I thought, I might need to give a little bit more information. So I put in the tagline, there was a couple things we're going to talk about, poking the bear, book publishing with Psychic Sue, and how you should gift yourself. And so let's just get to it. So I kind of talked a little bit about that the last time I was on, how, that if you don't wake up to your purpose or know what's going on, that, the universe comes and pokes you. Well, that's kind of the, my analogy is the bear, because a bear can sleep almost half of its life away, about 6 months a year for some of them. And some of us get into that hibernation state where we just get comfortable and we don't want to have any chaos. We don't really want to come out of that cave. We don't want to wake that sleeping baby or, disturb the sleeping dog, because we don't want to create that chaos. The status quo is there and we're comfortable with that. But I'm really asking you to get out of that comfort zone, which means to poke the bear. So I did talk about it last time a little bit, how the universe did that for me. And I can guarantee that if you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which means fulfilling and living your purpose, the universe will find you. You cannot hide, and you will be poked. It's just going to happen. So, where was I going with that?
Lost Come out of hibernation and take a class.
You're coming to talk to people about finding your purpose and following all those things, especially if you're in that feeling of I don't know what to be doing.
Exactly. Thank you, ladies. I knew I had you here for a reason. So sometimes
it's for beauty.
It was for beauty. You guys are making some beautiful little bookmarks there. But sometimes we start to come out of that hibernation or we get poked. And that's what I did with the universe. And I got to a certain point, but then I put my own roadblock up. Because I kept thinking that my purpose going through all this transformation and developing this technique was to be just strictly in a book. And it was going to be a book, and that's what I was going to do. And so I put that roadblock up in thinking there was only one way to do it. And so that went on for a while. And I did get kind of a message that said, you need to teach a class. If you teach a class, it will help you with the book. But still, I had that mindset. I had that, I was trying to kind of weasel back into the cave a little bit, because I just was like, I put that up. So what the universe decided to do was plop Sue down in front of the cave. And randomly, and Sue can talk about this, she was just said, hey, send Amy this message. And randomly I get this message that says, hey, I have a publishing company. And Sue, talk about that, because that just blew my mind.
Well, that was also me sitting in the cave. COVID came along and I really wasn't too sure if I wanted to really take on this publishing or not. Yes, no, it's really fun. It's really cool. Do I really want to stick my neck out and do this? And like the bear getting kicked in the butt in the spring, it was like, okay, get out there and do it. And I just was guided to mention it to you in passing, just in case. It's kind of like throwing the spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. And and that's what started this whole ball rolling. And it's like, thanks to Amy, I've really taken this on and I'm owning it. I mean, yes, I own the company, but it's like, okay, I am so thrilled to be able to help people make a dream come true.
Yes. Sue, and that's really important too, because then it turned into a support for everybody here. You came on and did a special piece about your publishing and how you were willing to help and discounts for people at IOTS. So as everybody comes out of hibernation, all of us benefit. All of us.
Absolutely. And Kitty was integral too, because she was kind of like, we had talked about a workbook and how to do this and this kind of thing. And that was, again, when I had my mindset that it had to be a book. Well, Sue got in front of my cave, dropped it off. I talked to Kitty. I talked to Sue, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, well, why don't you do the class? But why don't you do a workbook to go with the class? And I'm like, that was something I didn't think of. And that's my point, that I put my own block in my own way. I didn't think of other ways. I wasn't open to other ways. I had tunnel vision. And when we do that, that's when the universe is like, no, you're not going back in the cave. You're not going to keep knocking your head against the wall. We're going to do something different. And so it has been amazing. And I've had the wonderful support of Kitty and Sue through this whole thing. And it's just been amazing, the transformation that came about to this class. So I was a little nervous last time to just even say, oh, I'm having a class. But the workbook's all done. Thanks to the amazing psychic Sue that has magical fingers, super damn powers. I don't know how she did it. Honestly, folks, I'm telling you, I tried to self-publish. I tried to figure it out. I tried to get in there. I read articles. I looked at them. I looked at the help, on the Amazon. I just thought I can't do this. I didn't know how to do it. And Sue has magical powers because she did it and went, it's done. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. No, she's like, yeah, it's done. So I'm like, I'm telling you, again, I want to put a big plug in for Sue. If you need a book done, I believe that, I don't know if all publishers are like this, but I feel like Sue went above and beyond for me. And I figure she probably is just that kind of person.
And okay, Sue, here we go. Putting you on the spot. I really think you should consider doing a class where you take us through and people sign up and they pay but they have their book and you help them go through the process, like the one we're co-authoring that needs a workbook kind of thing. So I want you to consider that while I got you on the air.
Love you, Kitty. Because I was thinking the same thing.
I give in.
Here comes that finger again.
That's finger. I think, because I've known a number of people that I'm working with and putting their books together that they have taken classes, they've done this, they've done that, and they haven't been able to get that last step because there's some tricky, weird stuff. There really is. I mean, technical stuff can get so confusing. So yes, that's something that I've learned. I didn't know how to do it before I started this. And I was able to learn this and get it done. And I'm learning more. I used to have somebody who would do covers for me, but something happened, and thank you, COVID. So now I'm learning how to do them myself, and actually, that's fun too.
So
Don't make it too difficult, though. But
so since we're talking about that, Amy, should we show them your book?
yes,
Your workbook?
Yes, it's available on Amazon. Sue took care of all of that. I mean, I'm telling you, I just pretty much said, here it is. And she pretty much said, okay, it's done.
And so this is the workbook that's going with the class that Amy's going to give us some more details about. But here it is. Ready?
Here it is. Wake Up Your Purpose, Transformative Technique to Healing Class Workbook by Amy J. Martin. Look at that. Isn't that just, oh my gosh.
If you hear that strange noise, that's my dog cheering in the back.
Oh, thank you. Is it Jack or Tabber?
Jack.
Jack. Oh, my little Jack. Thank you.
Okay. So, Amy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the class? Everyone, let's take we're all pretty proud, by the way, because we actually got the book cover onto the screen. So, woo!
I know it. Thank you to Magic Kitty.
There we go. All right. So, let's put you back on, Amy.
Okay. All right.
I think before we go with that, I'd like to say that Amy brought me a piece of work that was pretty much ready to go. I did not have to do much. I think there was one little line, one question that I asked her if we could put in, and that was it. Otherwise, I got it all ready and formatted and all that stuff. But this book was pretty much ready to go, and that was part of the reason that it took so little time. And yes, usually publishing companies will take up to a year to get your book out there. So, and I know how frustrating that is. So that's where I would rather work a little faster and get things out there, because we need it.
I think that's where a course would be so valuable, because not everybody will be even close to that. I mean, Amy's a teacher, so some of the just barely things that you probably have to do as a publisher, she kind of had that. So once again, Sue, plug in, we'll run it through our group, and, we'll talk to you about it. But let's poke this bear. Poke.
Yes, we're poking that bear.
So, all right. So Amy,
this bear said, okay, we can do a class.
All right.
So Amy J, take it away.
All right. Okay. So I decided to get real specific because, again, once you get poked, if you try to go back into that cave, all shit's going to come at you. So don't do it. Excuse my language for anybody out there I might have offended. So I decided to, I'm going to try to start it on the 29th of September. That's a Wednesday night. That doesn't conflict with our spirit communication or our guest speakers. And so I thought that sounded like a pretty good middle of the road night. And it's going to be for 2 hours every Wednesday for 6 weeks. And during the 2-hour class, I have a lot of things planned. It's not going to just be me talking because that would be real boring. But, well, maybe a little bit anyway. But there'll be time to talk. There'll be breakout sessions where you'll get to work with some others people. There'll be work that we do right in the class. There's also energy work. There'll be meditations, sound bowls, tapping, all of that kind of stuff is also a part of it. So it's got a lot of pieces to it. And so I had to make it 2 hours. I
suspect homework too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A little homework. And I'll talk about the workbook. So, but we'll do a lot of it in class, and anything that you're asked to do outside of class will be something that we either previewed or started in the class. But again, I want it to be an atmosphere of learning and teaching from everyone. So I want to keep it kind of a smaller group, because I know as an educator that I always learned as much from my students as I hope that I taught them. Okay. And so this is my motivation for this. I am a lifelong learner, and I feel like I'm a lifelong teacher too, and maybe even prior lives. I think Kitty and I have talked about that we maybe taught together in a prior life as well. So that's just my thing. But what my niche is about me as an educator, as a teacher, as teaching this class, is I know how to motivate people. That was the thing. I taught special education, public school, elementary. And by the time I would get some of these kids that were in special education, they had experienced so much failure and they were just depleted. Those little souls were just like, I can't do this. Everybody says I can't. I know I can't. It's not going to work. So I think the most important thing that I did as an educator was to lift up their spirit and show them a little taste of success and get them to want more. I got them. I have always been a motivator, inspire. That was, to me, my biggest role, was just to get people to live to their full potential. And so now I want to do that same type of thing with a different group of people and a different subject. So now we're talking about your purpose. We're talking about spirituality. We're talking about service to the universe, to, everyone around us. I know that I can help you strengthen your purpose. And I also know that I can help you get ready to share it with others, because really, that is being called so much by us right now. The universe needs all of us. Lightworkers, it needs all of us, all of our gifts, our abilities, and our talents to go out and to bring people to the light. That's what we need right now in the world. And I can help you get there because I spent over 30 years doing that in a little bit different way. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing to get you to wake up to your purpose and to get you then to go and use that purpose in service. And that also means in service to yourself, for your family, and also, in service to the universe. So what else? Oh, the workbook. Okay, let's tell you about the workbook. So the workbook was designed with 3 different kind of like little areas or components to it. And one is just a lot of space, because the brilliant Sue said, you need a lot of space for people to write. There's nothing worse than getting this much space, but having this much to say. So she kept saying to me, I'm going to make this. So they got space. So they got space. So if they want to doodle, or if they got to go back and they have to put a note or anything that, they want to do, they're going to have ample room. So there's a place for notes, for class notes. There's also a pursuing something new, which is the technique that we'll be talking about in class and practicing, where you can go and get additional practice on your own by doing a couple exercises that I have there. And then the other one is called just some insightful, or what's it called? Interactive insights. No, I can't remember, Sue. No, that's what it is. And what that is to build your intuition. Because if you're waking up to your purpose and you're doing all these things, you have to have a really strong sense of that intuition. So it's just kind of to practice that, to give you a couple other things that helps you along and to strengthen that intuition, so that when you are, being asked to feel into things, you're able to use that gut, that intuition, that solar plexus, that type of thing. You're going to be able to pull from that. So these activities, these interactive activities, are to strengthen that. I don't know. Ask me a question or something. I babbled and I don't know what I said.
I think one of the things that's really wonderful about the workbook is that you can go back and revisit this in a month, in 6 months, in 2 years. You've basically got your journal. And if you feel like you have tried to sneak back in the cave, it's there for you to work through again. And you'll be able to have your memories come back with, okay, what were we doing here? And there is enough note space so that you can go back in future and make more notes about where you are in a year, revisit your progress, and do a comparison, because you don't have to just do this once. Keep growing.
I think that's yeah, I think that's really super important. As a matter of fact, you just gave me an idea for my class.
Oh, good.
So, you know, that, because I think that is nice. It's one of the things hard to figure out what to take notes on, and then since some of it's written down. Amy, do you want to talk about cost, or how you want to do it, or how they should contact you about that?
Yeah, I want you to contact me at intentionalintuitive111@gmail.com. And because I'm going to tell you that, because if you feel that you really, really need to be in this class, if this is calling to you, if you're here or if you watch this later and you're just like, I really need to take this class, I will make it work for you. So that's why I'm going to have you contact me so we can talk about that. But yes, if you send me an email and just say, hey, tell me a little bit more, I will send you, excuse me, an email that kind of gives you the basics of the class. And then if you say, yes, I want to take it, then I send you the registration, and the class syllabus comes with that as well. One other thing I forgot to tell you is I'm offering a bonus as well. So if you sign up for this class, the bonus is a 1-hour session with me that can be done anytime throughout the class. Maybe at the end of the class would be good, if you're having some struggles throughout, it doesn't really matter. We'll set it up by appointment, but it's a 1-hour session. And for those of you who don't know, I am a master Reiki healer. I'm also an intuitive life coach, and I'm a professional educator. I've been doing that my whole life and lifetimes. So, that is a bonus for signing up as a class as well. So if you want more information and you want to talk about it and you really feel like you have to be in this class, we'll make it happen. All right. Oops, sorry. So, just go to intentionalintuitive111@gmail.com. So the last thing I want to say, I don't know if I covered everything, but I'll come on again and we'll talk about it some more, is that I feel like, and it was the last thing I put on the title, was about gifting yourself. We don't often do that as women, and maybe there's some men that are watching this as well, and they don't do that either. But we are so good, at least I can speak for myself, at giving gifts to other people. And so it's fall, it's class time. It's that time where you feel like, school's starting, and there's a lot of classes out there. So what I'm just saying is it's time to gift yourself. And by doing that, by taking this class or any of the classes, you are investing in yourself. You are investing in your purpose. You are investing in your gifts to be able to share with others. So it's time to give yourself that gift. Just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this for me, because that's not easy for a lot of people I know on here. We are of the service field, and we like to give and give and give. But if you invest in yourself, if you invest in your purpose, you're going to have even more to give. You're going to even be able to fill that cup up even more. If you have your cup filled to the top, you're going to be able, and it's overflowing, you're going to be able to share that. So I'm just saying, if there's something that you're really interested in, and if it's this class and you really think, I have to take this, I don't know how I can, but I have to, please contact me, because if you are meant to be in here, we'll make it happen. I think that's all I have to say. Ladies, what's up? Anything else?
I just think it's important when your cup overflows, then all of ours. You know, we were talking about that just before we came on, how much we become a tribe between the telesummits and the classes and stuff. That's what we want. This is for everybody. This is not about, this is Intuition of the Soul is about everybody's intuition of the soul. We truly believe it's about a collective. And Amy's class, I'm very excited about, especially if you're just walking on you can save yourself a whole lot of time if you're just starting this walk and you need to look at this stuff. You'll learn some techniques, all kinds of things. So please, contact Amy, find out if it's calling you. So
yes, thank you, Kitty.
Having been able to read the workbook ahead of time from most people, I can see that this class is excellent for the people that are just starting on the path. But if you're stumbling along the path, if you're moving along the path and trying to figure out, okay, what do I do now? Did I go wrong somewhere or whatnot? This is going to also help. Or even if you're pretty far along the path, we can always learn more. We can always open up to more. And especially since we've passed through the Lion's Gate and the energies are so incredible and things are coming forward and the goddess is reawakening, this is the time to really start doing our work so that we can be better, we can share more. And so any level that you are, this class will be just a joy and a total learning experience. So step forward, invest in yourself. Yeah, because when you invest in yourself, you invest in all of us.
Right. This is the age of Aquarius, folks. We are entering into it. So this is about us all.
And that's why I had Sue and Kitty on, because they can say as well, and sometimes even more eloquently than I can, exactly what I'm trying to convey. So really from the bottom of my heart, Kitty and Sue, thank you for all your help. I really do.
All right.
It's going to make me cry. I really do appreciate it. All right, everybody. Woo.
Here, let me show you the workbook one more time. Wake Up Your Purpose.
On Amazon.
It's on Amazon. So even if maybe you don't want to take the class, look at the book. Buy the book.
Yeah. Buy the book.
Buy the book.
Buy the book.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.